Hello my fellow Bleach fans and welcome to another Bleach video. And first of all, I just want to say thank you. If you've been watching my videos throughout 2021, thank you so much and thank you for your support. Okay, so a few months ago, I said I was done making videos on KAZUI KUROSAKI, but you guys just love me talking about this boy. So I'm gonna give the people what they want. Blame yourselves. Anyways, I thought I would do something different to avoid repeating myself, on the topic of KAZUI KUROSAKI. I thought, why not make it into a matchup style of a video? So in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at KAZUI KUROSAKI and Abarai ICHIKA, analyzing their abilities and what little feats we have from them, and then we're gonna be deciding who is actually the stronger one between the two. But first, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, and very importantly, please just give the video a thumbs up, like the video. It really helps with YouTube, with the performance of my channel on the YouTube algorithm, so that your like actually counts and helps me a lot. Thank you guys so very much, and let's begin. While certain members of the Shiba clan just have a tendency of being overpowered for no reason at all, Isshin, Ichigo, and we might even assume KAZUI KUROSAKI himself is overpowered and has gotten the gene of his father and his grandfather. But trust me, Abarai ICHIKA is not dragging a feat in this matchup. She is the child of Renji and Rukia, some of the most powerful Shinigami, and who are certainly not people to laugh at. Both of them are easily bounds and leaps above Captain class. But unfortunately, in this video, I'm not going to be going over the hypotheticals, as in what powers they might possess or what powers they might awaken in the future. No, I'm just going to be going at what strength they currently are as they appeared in the last chapter of the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War manga. Let's begin. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start by looking at their speeds. When it comes to KAZUI KUROSAKI's speed, it's pretty much set in stone. This kid is fast, like really fast, and we get this from the final chapter of the Bleach manga, where KAZUI KUROSAKI had an encounter with none other than Hiyori. Now in this encounter with the Hiyori, KAZUI KUROSAKI had somehow managed to sneak into what looked like the old hideout of the Vizards, Shinji, Love Aikawa, and Rose. And I also found this to be actually quite interesting and very exciting, because if you remember correctly, this was the hideout or the warehouse where Ichigo actually trained to unleash his holomask or to control his holomask, and in the process of trying to train to master his holo powers, he almost ended up killing none other than you remember, Hiyori herself. So thank you Kubo for that reference. Anyways, moving on. So this is quite interesting again, considering that Hiyori was actually behind or blocking the entrance to the warehouse. But in the next panels, it's very clear that KAZUI KUROSAKI actually managed to get away and escape from Hiyori. And Hiyori remarks something very interesting. This child runs like the wind. By a normal human standard, that statement may just be an exaggeration, but considering that it's Hiyori, a seasoned Soul Reaper, certainly above Captain class, especially with her holo mask, and she was fighting even against Gerard, then these statements means a lot. And what I could gather from this statement is that KAZUI KUROSAKI is really stupidly fast at such a young age. Now moving on to Abarai ICHIKA's speed. Now this girl didn't really show any speed feat, at least in the final chapter, but she says something very interesting to KAZUI KUROSAKI when they first met, and that was when she introduced herself as a Shinigami cadet, which means that she has been accepted into the Kotei 13 Court Guard Squads. And please don't mistake this for the Shinigami Academy. No, if she was in there, she would have said she's in the Shinigami Academy, and we would have even seen that in her uniform. But no, she said she was a cadet of the Kotei 13, a Shinigami cadet, which means she is in training, or she has been accepted, but she's still in training, or someone is managing her. And we can see that she's very much above the level of someone who is in the Shinigami Academy. I mean, she has her own Zanpakuto, and she's able to even use these abilities that are just reserved to fully fledged Shinigami, like the one which Rukia used to get inside Ichigo's room the first time they met. By that statement alone, we can assume that she's already mastered Shumpo, which is the high-speed movement performed by Shinigamis. And trust me, Shumpo is actually pretty fast enough to the level where characters using it are able to react to light-based attack, and even light itself, like when the lieutenants were able to dodge light from the Negation. This is no joke. This kid at this level is already utilizing a light speed movement. Okay, so who is faster, KAZUI KUROSAKI or Abarai ICHIKA? Well, in this one, I'm gonna have to give it to KAZUI KUROSAKI. Not because ICHIKA is not fast, but just KAZUI KUROSAKI displayed a level of feat that not many people can say they have. He went against Hiyori, although you can consider it wasn't serious, but at the end of the day, KAZUI KUROSAKI actually managed to escape the perception of Hiyori, who is a seasoned Shinigami and actually far exceeds speeds shown by Shumpo. So KAZUI takes this one. Now moving on to skill. So in this setup, I'm gonna go first with ICHIKA, then we are gonna cover KAZUI KUROSAKI. So ICHIKA is pretty skilled, and we can see this from the fact that she actually used a really high advanced technique, which was of some sort of a teleporting ring or a teleporting orb to enter KAZUI KUROSAKI's room. And at this level, if she's able to use such a technique at such a young age, then you can be 110% that we are looking at a prodigy, someone who is very skilled. And this, coupled with the fact that she's already unlocked her own Zanpakuto, she's already managed to awaken her Zanpakuto, then this girl is just special and she's very highly skilled. Moving on to KAZUI KUROSAKI. Now we don't know much about KAZUI KUROSAKI, but he's also been able to achieve his Zanpakuto, to unlock or awaken his Zanpakuto. And the most interesting thing that I noticed about KAZUI KUROSAKI is the fact that he is able to transform into a Shinigami or into his Shinigami form without leaving his body. Like, remember when Ichigo used to go into his Shinigami form, it was necessary for him to actually leave his body, like he had to go through that crude process. But with KAZUI KUROSAKI, it's literally instantaneous, no luggage. He carries his body with him wherever he goes. I literally don't know how that works, and I don't want to think about it because I'll just start losing brain cells. So if you have an idea of how that works, then you can just leave it in the comment section. I'll read it, try to understand it. So in terms of skill, who is the most skilled? Honestly, I don't know who to give this one. They're both really skilled, and from what we've seen, they're already showing, you know, the same levels of skill. Anyways, let me know, who do you think is the most skilled one between KAZUI KUROSAKI and Abarai Ichika? Moving on to talent. Now talent is pretty much similar to skill, but you know, there's a small deviation. So when it comes to Shinigami, talent is all about Reiatsu, and who of the two has the most Reiatsu? It's pretty easy. KAZUI KUROSAKI has the highest Reiatsu, not because Ichika doesn't have Reiatsu. Once again, it's just because KAZUI KUROSAKI has superior genes. I mean, looking at it, he's inherited his father's blood and his father's powers as seen through the guard of his Zanpakuto. And the people of the Shiba clan are pretty much known to have high Reiatsus. Remember, the Shiba clan used to be a noble clan, and just because they got excommunicated doesn't mean they lose those genes. No, these people are still as powerful as the other noble clan members. But Abarai Ichika, on the other hand, she's really not descendant from a noble clan. I mean, both her father and mother come from Rukongai. Although Rukia is part of the noble Kuchiki noble clan, she's just adopted into it. She doesn't have the genes or the blood. And we know in Bleach, these genes are actually pretty much important and very, very valuable. Now Renji and Rukia are also very powerful Shinigamis, but you know, we have Ichigo and Orihime. Ichigo's genes are out of the charts. I don't really see a contest here. KAZUI KUROSAKI is just a special specimen, but mad respect to Abarai Ichika too. She's also special. KAZUI KUROSAKI takes talent. Now the final phase, strength. Abarai Ichika is no joke when it comes to strength. I mean, at such a young age, she's already been acknowledged as a fully fledged Shinigami. Although still in training, she's still accepted into the 13 Kodgas codes. Not even the Shinigami Academy, she's already way above that. So this girl is pretty strong. Her skill coupled with her speed and talent just make her one terrifying opponent. She is a strong Shinigami, and it gets even better considering that she's born of one of the most highest regarded Shinigami in Soul Society. Her mother, Rukia Abarai, is not only a captain's class Shinigami, but a literal captain of the Gotei 13. So respect Abarai Ichika, and her father actually defeated or one-shotted someone who literally humiliated captains of the Gotei 13. People who were still active as captains got humiliated by this guy, and her father came around and just one-shotted that person. And those genes are carried over into Abarai Ichika, so she's really strong. And now moving on to the star boy, KAZUI KUROSAKI. If you're waiting for me to give the feat of KAZUI interacting with Yuha's powers, which captains of the Gotei 13 were actually scared of going close to, I'm not gonna do that, because first of all, we have no idea what happened there. For all we know, the powers of Yuha, which have proved countless times that they contain their own consciousness, might have made themselves familiar to KAZUI KUROSAKI, and that's why he was able to interact with them. So that gets thrown out of the window. It's not really a strength feat. But even doing that, KAZUI KUROSAKI is still busted. I mean, considering he has the blood of the Shiba clan and the blood of Ichigo, and he also inherited abilities from Ichigo as seen through the guard of his Zanpakuto, and we can also assume he inherited some abilities from Orihime. So this kid is super strong, even if we disregard the part where he was actually able to touch Yuha's power. KAZUI KUROSAKI is just that powerful. Now I'm not going to talk about the Zanpakuto here because, as you remember at the beginning of the video, I said I wouldn't jump into hypotheticals. I'll only talk about what we know, what we've seen. Now when all is said and done, KAZUI KUROSAKI is just stronger than Abarai Ichika in every way possible. Even in the part where we actually tried to make it a little bit more equal with the skill part, I still think KAZUI KUROSAKI just outclasses Abarai Ichika in every way possible. Anyways, let me know what you think. Is Abarai Ichika even close to power with KAZUI KUROSAKI? Well, we may never know, but until we know, all we can do is just discuss it, debate it, and speculate. So let me know your thoughts, and once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, hydrate, and have a fantastic day.